What's up, guys? JunkGuysdfw.net. It's me, Ricardo, here at the headquarters in the great city of Dallas, Texas. Today I wanted to do a video about the haunted house. Was it worth it for us? Was it worth it for the Junk Guys to host a haunted house on the property? I want to show you some things of the haunted house first as we get into it, but I kind of explain to you what happened. On September the 1st, we started collecting all the refrigerators. And then what you're seeing behind me, really fast, I want to say, whatever you see behind me is parts of the haunted house that is coming down, okay? That is coming down. And we're going to actually dispose of that. But it is now November the 3rd, okay? And I'm doing this video to kind of show y'all the breakdown of the haunted house and if we made any money during the haunted house. And I think that's really important if you want to get into the haunted house business as a junk removal service. I think that's really important that I do this video, and that's why I'm doing this video. Let's see if we made any money on it. But I just want to kind of walk around at the same time and tell the story. So anything that you see behind me is part of the haunted house. So we started this journey actually on September the 1st. I decided that I would do a haunted house. I usually do one at my home, a small garage haunted house or something like that. I usually, you know, I'm like a duck here because this is a tunnel in a haunted house. But this time it was kind of different. I knew I wanted to put this property to good use for a haunted house. And we used a lot of couches, a lot of sofas, mattresses. Everything that we used during this haunted house was collected from junk removals. As you can tell, there's chairs all over the place. There's chairs, there's sofas. We had a clown here. There's a lot of things that we use. And this was our junkyard. This was the junkyard haunted house. That's what we called it. We called it Oak Cliffs Junkyard Haunted House. That's what the name of the haunted house, what it was. But notice that a lot of the things that we are using was things that we picked up. Things that we picked up that week. Things that we had picked up during the month of September and August, okay? You're gonna see a few things. All right, so on September the 1st, okay, I'm sorry, not August. September the 1st, I started collecting all this junk, okay? Every time we had a job, every mattress that we had, every sofa that we picked up from a job, we decided to bring it here to the site and use it for the haunted house, okay? That was the whole idea of it. I'm gonna go down one of the longest hallways in the haunted house that we hosted. This was the hallway for all the sofas and all the mattresses, and you kind of just walk down this way the same way I'm going to do. Again, in the background you'll see mattresses, and a lot of mattresses. We managed to stack up these mattresses and put them against dressers, but we also used these things right here, these ties, bungees, and anything to keep them in place so it wouldn't fall and hit a customer or anything like that. We had a lot of things that we picked up from junk removal, such as lamps with blue lights on it. So this area was really dark. And just to let you know, my property gets really dark at night. And this was our cemetery section. This was a cemetery. We picked up this pieces of things from actually a cemetery, you know, one of those people. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We just picked that up and we used it as a cemetery. So we went to a guy that a person's business that owned a you know, where you bury people. Anyway, it doesn't make a difference. I forgot the name of it, but they had a lot of cement stuff, things that they didn't use, excess stuff, and we charged them about $400 to remove it years ago, and then I just had it on the property, and I decided to use it as cemetery plots, so that was pretty cool. Again, look at all those couches. Look at that. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 couches just piled up, standing up, directly up. And that was part of the haunted house. And then I used pallets that I picked up from everywhere. And we made this tunnel. The tunnel has kind of fallen because of the weather and stuff, but overall, it was a complete success. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. The best part of the haunted house was actually the best part of the haunted house, I'm not gonna lie to you, was the refrigerator section. We had over 72 refrigerators, 38 washer and dryers, 20 microwaves. I mean, just an excess of trash that we had, an excess of appliances that we used. There is over 4 satellite dishes on this property right here. And what we're doing right now, we're recycling everything. So everything's getting taken to recycle. There's my sister. Oh, that's actually pretty funny. And then right there is the dumpster that we're using for recycling also. And then we have Anthony, who works for TNT. He's helping us recycle everything because I'm kind of giving him half of the profit of anything that I make off recycling. But just look at how long, it was 100 feet of refrigerators in that tunnel and that tunnel. And look at this. Now you can see this is one of our passageways. I'm gonna get over there, see if I can get over there and just show you. I wanna give you a specific amount of how bad this was, okay? And how big and large this was. I'm going down one of the tunnels that, now he already took something there, but look at one of the tunnels that we used during the, yeah, and there's a lot of dangerous parts on here. But again, I did not charge for the haunted house. I asked for a donation. And people, this is where the community came together. The community of Oak Cliffs, Dallas, downtown Dallas, actually came together, and a lot of people donated a lot of money to this, and we're going to get to specifics of that in a few minutes, so stay tuned in the video. I'm going to tell you how much we made and was it worth it for us to host a haunted house. I'm going to get my manager Mary, who's my sister. She managed the whole haunted house. She told us how to make it. She really gave us the designs for it. She hired the company, she hired the people for this. She did a lot of the small things that you never would realize is needed in a haunted house, and we're going to tell you the ups and downs of a haunted house, because that's really important. But look at all this stuff, guys, behind me. Look at this. Look at all this stuff. I want to show you something. We are actually going to recycle everything. We're going to detail everything. We have a whole bucket. Get this. It is almost full of copper. This is full of copper. That's full of wire. Okay, right there, there's wire all over the ground. We're working on another bucket. It's on the other side of the property. Anthony almost got half of a 40-gallon Rubbermaid trash container full of wires. And look at all those wires. He hasn't even got to this part. He hasn't even got those, all wires on the floor. There are so many things. We're just going to separate the copper. We're going to separate the wire. We're going to separate everything. And we're going to try to make money off of just about everything. Let me show you something else that we got in here. Look at all this copper right here. Maribel's been saving this copper for herself. I don't know if she knows that. I'm gonna recycle it and make money, okay? So all the refrigerators, everything's gonna get recycled except probably the Sea-Doo, because it's made of course, fiberglass. So now, as you see the haunted house, it is coming apart right now. We've been taking it apart for the last 2 days. On the last day of Halloween was Sunday the 31st. On the November the 1st, Anthony has started taking apart most of the haunted house, all the recycling part of the haunted house. And I'm going to tell you at this point, if the haunted house was full of 100% of appliances, he's probably taken already 2 loads, only 2 loads. And, huh? No, he took 2. No, 1. 1 and 1. Yeah. Yeah. No, I put him to work, remember? Anyway, guys, Anthony's backing up his trailer right now. We're going to talk to him for a second and just see how many loads he's done so far. You good, buddy? He's about to get out of the truck. This is pretty good that we're all here at the same time. My sister's recycling, Anthony's recycling, and I'm doing a video. So here it is. Anthony, come on over here, brother. I was just telling him about the deal that we had, 50-50 on the recycling. How many loads have you done so far? 2 loads, okay? And they're not big loads, right? Both loads were really fast because you had jobs afterwards, right? So the first load was what, about $300 and something? 302, and the second load was 246. And we have those loads. Now, how many more loads do you think you're going to pull out of here? 4 or 5 more loads. Maybe 6. I honestly, when he says 4 or 5, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think, because if you notice, the refrigerators are long. Look how long the refrigerators are. My sister's actually gathering up things that she could sell. She's like looking through everything that she could sell, and she's going to nitpick everything. So I'm going to leave Anthony and my sister alone, but we're going to talk to Mary in a few minutes. Look at the stuff that she just finds. Let's see something. Is this something you found in here?
Brand new.
Brand new.
Who doesn't eat fungus control?
All right, let's just leave her alone. Let's leave her alone. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go inside the office. We're going to give you detailed about what happened with the haunted house. Was it a success for us, or was it not a success? So here we go. Let's talk to Mary inside. Hi guys, it's Ricardo, JunkGuys. We're inside the store, the retail store that we have here on the property. This was actually the headquarters of the haunted house. We're going to be greeted in just a minute by the manager who actually ran the haunted house. This is my sister. She was a big integral part of the haunted house, and she's coming in right now. I told her to get ready. I don't think you understood what I meant to when you said get ready. Remember, sit down. I told her to get ready. I didn't mean to get like in Halloween.
Character?
No, not character. This is to the haunted house. Okay. So you want to introduce yourself, Mary? Just say what you do and what you've been doing here lately. Go ahead.
I'm Mary. I'm his sister. I actually am the one that does most of the sales and stuff of the products that we recover and stuff, recycling and stuff. And lately, I was the manager for the haunted house.
So we started this kind of journey, this progress in the haunted house in September. I started collecting all the refrigerators all the way from September to October, the last 2 weeks of October. Over 72 refrigerators, 38 washer and dryers, and you coordinated where everything went. I think people want to know where you got the idea of how to build out the haunted house and where to put them in rows and stuff like that. So you want to explain that to people.
Well, actually, it was more of your idea of making a maze through the whole, property. What is it? Maybe 3 acres?
Yeah, it's actually 2 acres, 1.9 acres to be exact.
Okay, so 2 acres. He wanted it to be long, and so people get their money's worth and have fun or whatever. And we did it, and it was hell.
It was hell. There was a lot of work that was involved in it. There was a lot of employees that were involved with it. And there was a lot of mistakes that we learned from it. Now I'm going to talk about the positive things, and you talk about the negative things, and things that we can look forward to next year. I think that's
absolutely.
I think that's really,
I got
really
a lot of
important.
negativity.
So one of the most positive things was giving back to the community, something that was cheap for people to come in and not have to go to our competitors and we don't really have competitors, did we? We're not going to call we're bigger than Screams and Waxy. We don't care about those people or anybody down at the cutting edge in Fort Worth. They're going to make their $100,000. They're going to. We were just hoping to make money. That's all we were looking forward to.
And have fun.
Yeah, have fun. And the have fun never really showed up, did it?
Nope.
No.
Not for us.
Fun. Not for us. We were screaming and there was a lot
At each other.
There was a lot of things that happened that was bad, and we fought a lot, but we're not going to get into that. I had a lot of people come up to me and say, hey man, the price was right, it's perfect, the haunted house was great.
We didn't put a price on it. Actually, we took donations. Most of the donations were for $20, but we had donations of $2. We had a group of kids that came in, small kids and their parents, and they paid $2 for about nine of them.
9 kids.
So, we wanted to make it fun for everybody that whatever they could afford,
And we are in the lower income area. We are in low income. So we had a lot of people with low income come here, and you know what? It was cool that they could afford the haunted house. We did have this grandma. I remember this grandma.
And we also had people that donated $100.
That's true.
For a couple of couples donated $100.
Like 2 people would pay us $100 for the haunted house. And then we got tips and stuff, so that was cool. We didn't see any of those tips till this day, no, but we know we got tips somewhere. And the problem was that it wasn't a problem. I had a grandma. I want to tell this story real fast. I had a grandma that came in here. It was her and 3 of her grandsons, and she paid $2. And we were turning her away. We said, "Ma'am, you know what?" She called me. My wife called me because my wife was working the front desk. She called me, and I came over and I said, "Well," she said, "This lady only wants to pay $2 for all 4 of them." And I said, "Well, where are they?" I saw the little kids, and they were all excited. They were in their little Batman suit and stuff. I said, you know what, let them go through. That's something that not our competitors, but other haunted houses wouldn't do. Never would do that.
They're like $40 or $50 or even more.
No, I know that one in Waxahachie is like $59.99. One's in Fort Worth is like $70. I mean, of course, our haunted houses are bigger than ours, of course. But they're not centered. If you notice, they're on the outskirts of the cities always. And why? Because land is expensive. Just taxes, all that stuff is expensive. And insurance. One of the reasons we are insured here. We weren't insured for our haunted house, but then we didn't charge. We asked for a donation. So that kind of covered us. I did check with my insurance company. They were able to cover at least 50 people on the property. Less than 100 per acre. So 50 people on this property that we were mostly had standing there, over 100 people. Let's talk about let's get into it. Let's get into it about the first week that we launched, which was 22nd, 23rd, 24th. You go ahead, Mary. I'll let you explain.
Those 3 days it was surprising because that first Friday we did like $800, and we're like, what? We weren't ready for it, really. We were rushing around. We didn't have enough employees. We were trying to get everything situated and started. We started about 30 minutes late. Yeah. We had to train everybody a little bit of what to do.
That was the worst.
That was the worst. That was my biggest challenge, was the employees.
Mm-hmm.
So for next year, that's one thing that we're going to have to improve on. So if you want to work with us next year on the haunted house, get a hold of Richard. We need people that are responsible, that are going to have fun while doing it and getting paid.
So that
to
Friday,
scare people. That's it.
I'm going to go over that. That Friday we made it about, our sales was actually $950.
Okay.
That was actually, I remember that, $950. And that was just sales. I have profited that day about $400 only. It was really slow. So the profit on that day was $400. It wasn't much. But
After we paid employees.
And that's after we paid our employees because we were understaffed.
And it was only 2 hours. Dude.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours, dude.
I don't remember that.
No. Oh, no.
No, that was 4 hour shift. We paid every $50, remember?
Pardon me, it was 5 hour shift, dude. It was Friday. It was Friday. That was.
Let's go to Saturday, which we knew that we were a hit. On Saturday, we knew it was a hit and we were ready for it.
Right.
Okay. That day we made $3,200, and I had profited about $1,600 on that day. I remember you made some money that day too. You made nine something.
800
and something dollars. Talk about what we did different on that Sunday.
Well, there was a lot more people too. The traffic was a lot more because people, were off, and Richard, of course, he did his thing on the internet or whatever.
Yeah. Put a lot of videos. I got on Facebook Marketplace, and this is really how we marketed the place. I was on Facebook Marketplace, on Facebook groups. I used Google My Business to enhance our content to bring it here. And I did 2 videos also, okay?
And then the employees got the hang of it on Friday, came back on Saturday. And they were ready to go.
Yeah.
So actually we started on time and we were running the people a lot faster. It was pretty busy for Saturday, for our second day.
Yeah, and Sunday we didn't make that much money because we only worked 2 hours.
2 hours, but in those 2 hours, we did $821.
Yeah, so the exact figure for that day was $871. You didn't know that, Maribel. $871, and I did not make much money that day. I think I made about $300 that day. You made about $100. Yeah.
$100.
So, by the way, tell them our deal.
Because they employ.
No, well, tell them our deal. That's kind of part of the thing.
What deal? The shenanigan that
we decided to do 70-30. I would cover all the costs of everything.
Guess who gets the big portion?
70-30, because of course there's I gotta pay this place, and there's electric, and there's a lot of liability with the insurance and stuff that wasn't really in place properly. But we will have it ready next time. Now let's go on to the big weekend. Okay, let's go on to the big. This is the 29th, the 30th, and 31st, which is Sunday, Saturday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We came in pretty strong. We were ready. We were ready. We were ready.
The only thing is that Richard switched things. If I leave him here all day and I'm not here because I had to pick some of our employees up, he switches things around. And I'm like, hey, where's the maze this? Where it's going here? He drew a map for the employees, where they go. He was a rampage. He was a disaster. He almost had a nervous breakdown.
I did. I almost had a nervous breakdown that day. I did. I went crazy that day. Man, God, it was hard dealing with me. I'm not going to lie. It was hard. I was just trying to execute at a very, very high level. Let me turn this phone on. I was just trying to execute at a very high level, okay? And that was all that was happening. Anyway, so how much did we make that Friday?
Oh gosh, Richard,
that Friday was like a $3,800 or something like that.
It was like
it was a 4,500, 3,800. I know that.
Like 2,800, Richard. I think it was 2,800, almost 3,000.
You know, we're gonna say let's 2,800. Let's say $2,800. I don't remember exactly how much I took, but at that number, it just seems like I would take about $1,500 home, wouldn't it?
Because we had a lot of employees. That's the problem.
Yeah, we had 14 employees that day. We paid up.
Yeah, we did. We had quite
so.
Richard, that was Saturday or Friday?
Friday. Saturday's cash cow day. Saturday's cash
No,
cow.
Richard, that Friday we had 17 employees. 17. Yeah, that's why we didn't cash out good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say I took home about $900 cash. I'm not sure. I'm lying if I say 900. I say 1,000. We don't know. At that point, we were making so much money we didn't care, right?
Right.
Saturday came around, and Saturday was It
was crazy.
Fire department,
to say the least.
Police department,
the
limo people came down here. We
neighbor,
did not.
The other neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor came down. Here's what happened: is the line was over 2 blocks long. It ran down the street, around the corner, and the neighbors were bitching at us. They called me. We were almost to the apartments down the street. Over 1,200 people visited us that day. It was something that we did not expect. And we were talking to each other, communicating with each other. I mean, arguing.
Not communicating.
We argued.
More like screaming.
Yeah.
And I almost...
Yeah. So, we worked with 10 employees that day. We cut the employees. Remember, we only had 10 that day.
It's
we had
not
a few
that
problems.
we cut, because some of them are irresponsible.
Not irresponsible.
And they didn't want
We
to
had
come
a few customers not like the haunted house because there was a big old gap in the front. You remember that? Down the refrigerator.
Right, because we had to, oh yes.
Yeah,
We didn't have enough.
the employees, I'm going to tell you something. The employees were lazy, some of them. And some of them, the ones that we had, worked so hard with us, so hard. We're going to rush this video up really fast. So that day was a $7,000 day. We made $7,010, and I know that for a fact. That day, I took over $4,500 home. And Maribel, go ahead and tell them how much you did.
$1,800.
$1,800 with her
For
cut.
5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours, which is incredible. So it was really good. Sunday came
I
around.
make that every day.
Yeah.
I love that every day.
Sunday was another challenging day. We're going to get into this day. Sunday was another challenging day. We were short-staffed that day. We only opened for 2 hours. But then what happened? I'm going to let you show what happened. Go ahead.
This is where the devil came out of him. This is where the demons really, really happened. So we were scheduled on Sundays to get off, to do 8 to 10 p.m., okay? It was 11 o'clock, and we had a line from here all the way to the 2 next blocks. And a lot of the employees are kids that go to school. So I'm the advocate because Richard, is crazy. So, yeah, he doesn't care. He wants to make money. So it was a disaster. In the front, they couldn't control the people. All the people wanted to come in. They were rushing the people inside, and they weren't really getting their show that they deserved. And that's why I told Richard it's not fair. I said, shut it down because the people, y'all are rushing them. So by the time that we scared this person, there was 10 behind them that didn't get scared because
they're rushing them in.
They're rushing them in. They weren't even a family. They were different people.
Yeah, like the chainsaw. Tell them about how the chainsaw would work. 5 people would walk in, chainsaw.
Right, that's what we would do. Michael Myers would separate them. If it was a big family, Michael Myers would separate them from like 4 or 5 so they could get the whole experience.
But this was
like
a train of people. It was just a train of people.
It was horrible. It was horrible. We had to close. We closed at about 11:40. There were still people coming. There was people driving.
You want to talk about people? We turned away about 150 people.
We really did.
We refunded over $600.
We did, but we had to. We weren't prepared.
We
were not prepared to work all night.
And that's okay.
The kids go to school the next day.
That's the thing about it. We talked about it. We were going to be open from 8 to 10, and that's it. We stayed open from 8 to 11:30, something 11-ish, and we were not happy about it. I had told all the employees I'm only going to pay you $50 for 2 hours. We stayed 3.5 hours, and I gave everybody
$100.
Yeah, just because we made money.
Yeah, we did. We made money.
Well, there was a lot of fights between me and you.
A lot.
And at one point I did.
And I told my mom. Yes, I did.
I yelled at your daughter, which I'm not happy about, and I apologize for that.
He thinks his apologies work, but they don't.
Well, I'm sorry about it. We were prepared. There was a transaction that happened that I got pissed about, and I yelled. I yelled at Juan Carlos's wife, which I'm not very happy of, and it was very disappointing because she came out the days we needed her.
Yes,
she did. She was a soldier.
Yes, she did. And my daughter was a soldier too.
Yeah, your daughter was a soldier. Her daughter did not miss one day.
Not one day.
Not one day. And she made what, $600 something?
Like $600. She's 14 years old. $600 in 6 days? Are you kidding me? That's $100 a day.
Yeah, and it was great. The money part, giving it to everybody, and I want to say this. I do apologize to Juan Carlos's wife. I already talked to Juan Carlos and apologized to him. I gave him a cake. And I gave him some salsa. It's really great. just to apologize.
That's gonna clear it all up.
Yeah.
Some salsa and some cake.
And Bernardo, one of my friends, came to the haunted house, and the next day he worked for us.
Yeah.
He brought 4 people to work the haunted
Yes,
house,
he
and
did.
each one of them got $100. And he was his lifesaver, wasn't he? Oh my God!
Really good.
Oh my God!
I enjoyed him.
Yeah,
I really did. He
big
was
guy.
running around
Yeah.
because we didn't have that many people to work with because we were so busy. We never thought it was going to be that. The Cowboys played on Sunday, for goodness sakes.
The Cowboys played.
We missed the game
You know, still
and
credit.
thinking we weren't going to be that busy. So, you know.
Sunday we made $4,500 in sales. I took home an astonishing $2,400, and you took how much?
How much did I take home?
I don't remember.
8. No, 11.
1,100.
1,100.
11.
1101.
1190. 1190. Or 11.9.
11.9.
11.9. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause it wasn't
9.
quite.
Yeah. She took home that much. I took that much. Overall, I'm gonna let you explain the incident that happened
Which one?
with us having to try to pay out people so fast. Explain how every night we got together and we showed everybody how much money we made.
Okay.
Explain that and how transparent we were with our employees. So explain that really fast while I add
Okay,
this up.
so after everything was over, Richard would turn off the lights. There was no people or whatever. It was time to close up. He would turn off the lights, and all the employees knew that it was time for us to come into the meeting room. We'd go to the meeting room. Richard's wife and the Juan Carlos's wife would get all the money together. They would come into the building here, and we would be on the other side. He'd give me money so I could pay them out so they could leave because it was after 1 o'clock, just about
Too memorable.
after. So I would pay them, and they would go home and say thank you so much. Every night, the ones that I picked up, I would take them to IHOP or Waffle House and wait in lines forever because there was nobody else open at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy, and but they got paid well for the hours that
For
they
the
were
hours worked,
here, and we had fun. I had a lot of fun. Besides dealing with this one, I would have done it. I could do it every single day, but I have to do it. And that was that.
I'm not happy of how I acted. I did not. Was it worth the money?
Sunday night, he ate the whole pack of Snickers and left all of it all over the floors. I had to come and clean it up. Why? Because he was nervous. He was upset. Whatever it was, I just wanted him to whatever. Oh, it was horrible.
All right, guys.
Worst attitude ever.
So I know how much we made that day, and I'm going to tell y'all. One of the things I want to explain to y'all, was it worth it having a junk removal company service host a haunted house? Was it worth it for us to host a haunted house?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Y'all also have to learn that, Richard showed you earlier on the video that our haunted house was like any other, okay? Everything at the haunted houses, they're great and they're very fake, but it works. It scares you, you know? Ours was like
Authentic.
literally being authentic, going out into a field and getting the crap scared out of you. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, I would hear, after I scared them, oh, this is the best, thank you. A lot of thank yous, and we appreciate everybody that came out. We thank you so much. We hope you had a great time. There was a couple of people that we couldn't please, but there's people like that
Yeah.
just,
I want to talk about expenses really, really fast. How much do you think you spent out of your pocket for this haunted house? Really fast.
Out of this, let's see, makeup, about 150, because I bought
150.
blood.
Yeah, you
makeup.
did. A lot of blood left over too.
Yeah, I can't find it, but
Yeah.
150, maybe 200 at the max, 200.
And I spent a little over $500 on just fog and lights. I bought a lot of lights, and
lights.
fog machines were kind of
That
expensive.
was it.
Yeah, and my
And
mask.
they didn't work, by the way.
My mask was really expensive. It was $59.99, and the outfit was $30. I was walking around with $100 on me, and I count that. So it was about $650. Why was our expenses so low? Tell them why our expenses were so low.
Because we used everything that was here. We actually used all the refrigerators, all the junk. We spent weeks trying to organize everything to be like a maze, for it to look authentic. People would pop out of the refrigerators. The refrigerators, of course, were empty, and it was great. It was great.
We spent a little.
I didn't think it was gonna work. I really didn't. I doubted him. I always doubt him.
I'll be honest. I knew that we were going to get a lot of customers. I knew that. I knew we were getting a lot of customers. I just was surprised by how many customers we ended up getting. Let me move this just a little bit. How many customers we ended up getting. So the end of the thing was this, and I'm gonna put a bet on any junk removal service across the United States, except 1-800-JUNK, Junking, stuff like that. But I guarantee you, any junk removal service in the United States, any of them, did not make as much as we made in a haunted house. And that's just a true fact. If you can prove it wrong to me that you made profit this much, then prove me wrong. But I'm pretty sure if you own 150 dumpsters, you still didn't make this much profit that we made. There's just no way that you could categorize what we made. Overall, we had sales of $19,381 in the whole haunted house. We sold over $19,000 in 6 days. $19,381. I took a whopping 2,000, 2,300, 3,100, 3,170, 600, $9,400 home. That's what I took in 6 days. That is 100% profit. I did not pay myself. If I pay myself, that would be $100 a day, just like the employees. Maribel, how much did you make, if you want to say?
I have no idea, Richard. To tell
That's a
you
little
the
over
truth.
4, right? A little? Maybe a little under 4?
Well, a little bit. Four's good.
Four's good now.
I'm 37, maybe 4. Yeah, something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, and explain if it was worth it to your job to work that hard, really fast. Just
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was great. I mean, like I said, not putting up with this one when he's mad, I would have done it. I would do it every single day. I mean, that's better than junk removal, let me tell you, because it was fun for me, and it was only like 5 hours. Setting up for the 2-3 weeks was something else, but gosh, it was so much fun. It really was. I loved it.
Actually, my figure is $10,100, but I didn't have that much. I only showed like $9,800.
Well, remember that you spent the $500 on the lights and stuff.
Yeah, but it just doesn't look right. I mean, I knew I was over 9,000, but it says I profited 10,100. It might be off by a few $100. The last thing is, what are you going to change for next year?
Oh gosh, employees.
Management.
Management of the employees.
Management of employees.
Because he had people coming out, I had people coming out. I didn't want to tell his people stuff. Oh, he did tell my people stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I need next year for sure that I control that
And
aspect.
not scare people.
And-
You concentrate on just managing.
Managing them, showing them what we're going to do, getting people that are responsible. We hired a young, our nephews also, my daughter, and you know, some of the kids, they have things to do, and I mean, they made good money. They really did make good money, but you know, some kids just don't like to work as much, and
kids are different.
but you know, I need more of adults to work. The
Adults
adults
are
actually are the ones that have showed up.
Shut up, yeah.
Yeah, showed up because you know we need the money.
We had problems with electricity.
Yeah, we had like
The breaker went in and out 4 times.
4 or 5 shutdowns.
4 or 5 shutdowns. We had to delay.
So we would stop the whole haunted house.
If you were in the play,
Because
it
it's
stopped you
dark.
and made you go back into it. It was
Yes.
long, 15-minute long. I'm gonna say something. The fastest anybody ran through the haunted house
Oh
was
my
under
gosh.
a minute. Those 2 black kids, remember? They
Well,
just ran through, and they were out in a minute.
There were two ladies, African American ladies, that jumped the refrigerators.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, they
went through like section 1 and jumped out.
That's it. They were
They
done.
didn't want their money back, so they were in the haunted house for
they
like
were
25
down.
seconds.
They
The
loved
longest that took was 25 minutes. They were lapped by other groups. And then the funnest
Oh
guy.
my God! Oh my God!
Let's talk about him. If he was here.
He came twice.
No, honey, he came 3 times. You didn't see him
He
on
came
Sunday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He came 3 times to the haunted house. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
He bought his girlfriend like the second
Yeah,
or
the
third
second
time,
time he
right?
bought a little brother.
No, and then he bought his girlfriend. I
Yeah,
guess
he
that's
was
when
last
I
day.
saw-
Sunday was last day.
Okay, that's when I saw him.
So this guy was a Mexican guy, heavy-set Mexican guy, about
Hispanic,
250,
yes.
5'9", 5'10". What an attitude.
Oh
What an
my
attitude.
God.
What an attitude.
We loved him.
Round of applause to him. Round of applause to him.
We loved him. He was
And
awesome.
and we talked about, everybody talked about him.
We talked about him because he came to a haunted house to get scared and have fun. He fell about 15 times
I
the
knocked him
first
down 3
time.
times.
Okay, and we knocked him out about 6 times. And then leaving, he took off running, rolled around,
Nah, he loved it.
laughing, being scared. He was wonderful. And then we had other people
Well,
also.
I want to go back to him
enjoyed
about
it.
him hiding under the truck really fast.
Oh, he was hiding everywhere. It was so
Oh my God,
funny.
we could not find him. He was under the truck hidden.
Yes,
He was so
he
scared.
came into our section, into the employee section. We had an employee section in the middle of the whole haunted
he
house.
split. He was going so fast he didn't see where he goes, so he went
didn't-
into the employee
nope.
section.
Nope, he didn't, and it was so funny. He was just
Great.
He was like,
He was laughing so much.
laughing, and
Falling
he was
down.
scared.
I'm gonna tell you a quick
And
story.
he wasn't drunk.
No, he was.
We had some of those,
yeah,
too.
Well, we had a lot of those.
Woo, we had a good
So,
one too.
They sent in nine people in one group, and we were trying to divide them. Anyway, we recommended no 9 people, always
No, we
5 or
wanted
4
no
or 6.
more than 4 or 5
Yeah.
because we wanted.
And 9 people came into the haunted house, so I'm waiting for them. I'm in the other room. I'm waiting for the cue of the chainsaw to go off, and I'm waiting. I'm getting really pissed off. I knew I saw 9 people come, and I'm being pissed off. What's taking them so long? And I couldn't understand how are they going to fit through that door if they're clinging in. They were locked
They're
in,
all-
like they're
they
locked
locked
in.
in.
And I'm
Everybody
like,
was
what are they
locking in.
doing? What are they doing?
That's true.
I'm not going to lie to you. I hear the chainsaw go off, and I'm getting ready. I'm propped up, and I'm just sitting there Michael Myers style. It's dark, and then they go through the sheetrock.
Oh yeah, we had damage on the sheetrock.
They went through the
whole
sheetrock. All
wall.
9 people fell through the sheetrock. The sheetrock fell. The 2x4 stayed in play. Sheetrock fell. They got up, came toward me. I jumped out, and you should have seen the pile since they were locked in. The first row fell, second row fell, third row fell, and they all fell down, all 9. And I just stood over them like this. And I was going, oh my God, I gotta stop. So I went
We
back.
had a lot of that.
We had a
We
lot
really
of that.
did. We had a lot of jams during in the maze and stuff because our employees would come out and scare them and they didn't want to go through it, so they would pile up other people.
That was a big problem for us, people
There's
piling
so
up.
much. Yeah, it was, dude. But it's because of the entrance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We need to let 4 or 5, no more. Next year, we got to put them apart no matter what. If
No
your
matter
family, if you have children, we're gonna, that's different.
Separate you just
But if you're, 14, 15 and up, we're gonna separate you.
So one of the things that I thought about that we're going to do different, the main thing is I'm going to start earlier collecting refrigerators.
We have to.
We're going to start collecting refrigerators. We want to make it an all appliance haunted house. I think it's better than those fridges and stuff. And we
No,
can.
they help, Richard. Everything, even all the metal stuff, it looked authentic.
Oh, no,
It
the
looked
metal stuff. The
great.
junkyard looked
Oh
great.
my
The
gosh, it
junkyard
looked
looked
great. We tied stuff together. We had a couple of incidents where a couple of walls fell, but because people literally, we made walls out of metal stuff, just metal, and we would put little twitches just to tie them together, tape, ties, whatever we could. But people were so scared that they ran into the stuff and just the walls would come down. We had like 3 walls come down, but
we picked them up.
nobody got hurt on that
Nobody
one.
got hurt, nobody got
No.
So we are taking down the haunted house right now. The value of taking down the haunted house is going to run me about $800. I think with the truck expensive, gas and fuel and dumping fees, I think
Yeah.
$800.
But-
But the recycling end.
The recycling
And I know for a fact, I know in my head, I'm going to run the recycling at about $2,800. Everything done, and I will get half of that, which is about $1,400. I think that should cover for the fuel and stuff and everything, and cover all our expenses. Tony's out there loading up right now. You're doing some recycling, and we're trying to all make money off the recycling end. Overall, I think in total, I'll make about $750, $800 in returns from the haunted house, even after putting it up. And no expenses at all. We'll be in the positive.
That'll cover your lights and.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to buy.
Oh yeah, the electricity here is going to be crazy for those 6 days. Jesus.
No, I mean the lights, like fog lights.
Oh
that
yeah,
didn't
we
work.
broke everything. We broke a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did. And the people broke it a lot.
Yeah,
too.
customers ran into.
All my arms, my hands, my fake hands disappeared.
Talk about fatigue.
Tired one day. For me, which was Sunday because I wasn't ready. We weren't ready for the 3.5, 4 hours. We were just going to be here 2 hours, so I didn't get much sleep the night before. Well, because we would get home at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. And then, you sleep in a little bit, and then, but yeah, we're a little tired.
Fatigue set in me.
Yeah.
It killed me.
Yesterday. He finally felt it yesterday. He took the day off. I
haven't took a day off in how long?
Oh, I don't think you've had.
I don't think I've took a day off in years.
Yeah, so
I took a day off.
It got him.
It got me.
Finally.
It broke down my body. I think there was a lot of aspects of the haunted house that My feet, my knees were hurting.
We got poison oak too.
We got poison oak. Everybody got poison oak.
Bitch.
That
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't say that in case some of the customers that came to the haunted house sees this video.
Oh well.
We didn't get poison oak.
We didn't get none. I didn't get none.
Anyway, guys, I'm glad y'all stay tuned
Psoriasis.
to watch this long video.
Eczema.
It was very
Eczema.
well worth it. One comment that I made to you. Maribel was really worried about the junk removal, that we were going to miss out on business for junk removal because we were turning down business to do the haunted house. And I told you what?
You're going to make a lot more money in the haunted house. Stop. We're not going to have jobs. I said, Richard, I need to work, dude. Come on, man. I was like, give me whatever. No, we're going to make money. Watch. And me and his wife were like, we're not going to make money. Nobody's going to come out. And they did. And we appreciate it. We thank you so very much. And another thing that we're going to improve on next year, I want Richard to take anger management classes. So,
all right, guys, we're going to end the video
so
right
bad,
now.
okay?
Don't forget, guys, if you like these videos, subscribe over there to the right side. On the left side, check out my other videos. I will talk to y'all later. And, I hope everybody had a happy
See y'all next year for the haunted house,
see you
okay?
next year, guys.
Thank you.